This episode is powered by British Gas, who we are buzzing to announce have joined the Daly Brightness team as our new partners, which is perfect timing because Sundays are our favourite day of the week.
Yeah, everyone's switching on for kick-off. Kettle, telly, the lot.
But with Peak Save from British Gas, customers can take advantage of half-price electricity every Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Over 1 million people already use it to save money, helping you make the most of your Sunday.
And it lines up perfectly with the football. You can relax, watch the game, and let the house do the work.
And it's not just homes they are taking care of. They are back in the Barclays Women's Super League too, showing the same reliability and support on the pitch as they do off it. British Gas, proud partner of the Barclays Women's Super League. Search British Gas, Peak Save to start saving. Up to 60 kilowatts per session, eligible tariff and smart meter required.
Hello and welcome to Daly Brightness. Millie, how has your week been?
Bessie, it's been a really good week. It's been really, really chaotic though, and I've got another busy week coming up. I'm so behind on my Christmas stuff.
I thought you were all done.
I know, but Bessie, if you could see my kitchen right now, it's literally like Santa's grotto. I'm so far behind. Normally, I'm done and dusted, but there's just been so much going off that I'm falling behind. So I'm panicking a little bit because this is my last week to get everything sorted.
Well, you better crack on then.
But how are you? How's your week been?
Yeah, all right. I think yesterday was not the nicest day in terms of football, but the week itself was good. Had a good result during the week. And yeah, feel like I'm feeling a bit Christmassy now.
You're looking very pretty today.
I'm actually just about to go after this to our team's Christmas dinner, so that'll be nice. I always look forward to that, spending some time with the girls.
Well, you look really nice, bestie.
No real time for like a night out or anything because we've got training all this week and then we've got a friendly at the end of the week. So we just said we'd go for a meal instead, so that'll be nice. I think it's just nice to get the girls together and
that's cute.
Just sort of like end off this half of the season together and let your hair down a little bit, have some nice food. So but yeah, this week's been all right. I feel like I'm getting into the Christmas spirit. Yeah, not bad. Shall we start talking about some footy?
Let's get on to the footy.
There's been a lot of football since we last spoke, so
there has.
We'll start off with your huge 6-0 win against Roma. Tell us about the game.
Yeah, it was a really good game, actually. I think we, obviously coming off the back of a loss, I think with how tight the league is and, you don't really want to be dropping points. So we needed to bounce back very, very quickly. And I think it's one of those, I think immediately maybe people just thought we'd breeze Roma and yes, the result and that might say that, but I think it was a really good performance in terms of mentality from the girls and we just wanted to get back to winning ways. We wanted to get back in a good performance, get our confidence up. And I think it was like a real team performance and, we had some rotation within the team as well. So it was nice for other players to get some minutes. But most importantly, we put ourselves in a great position to finish where we want to finish, which was in that top 4. But obviously we've got a massive game coming up against Wolfsburg, which we need to win to do that. But the game itself was brilliant. It was just felt really nice. When you just have those games and everything's just clicking and working. And
you got man of the match. Way!
Go on! Yeah, it was nice to be back out there. Just wanted to help the team and perform. And you just want to have that good feeling again. And I think everybody got that. So it was really good, honestly. Can't complain. 6-0, clean sheet.
Happy
Lots
days.
of different scorers, confidence. Yeah, on to the next one.
Yes, I love seeing you do well, and obviously getting man of the match is just in the Champions League is something a little bit of an added bonus. So
thanks, but it's really pretty actually.
I know, I saw it. Look well nice.
It's really really nice. Cute.
Other results, we got Man United. They got beat by Lyon 3-0. I didn't actually watch that.
Lyon stormed it. They're looking very very strong in the Champions League.
The Champions League is such an exciting tournament now.
I just think their attack was just too strong for United. And again, I'll go back to it. It's back to what I've always said, once you get up there and you're competing, that's not the hardest part.
It's staying there.
The hardest part is staying there, being able to consistently do it and repeatedly do it week in, week out. You've got tough games in the league every single week now, no matter who you play, it's a tough game. The league speaks for itself and the results, and then you have to pick yourselves up again and do it against a Champions League team, which is even harder. So that's always been the question: is can teams do that? Can they repeatedly do it and do it against the best week in, week out? So obviously not the result they wanted. But like I said, Lyon are looking very strong for me in the Champions League.
It's going to be interesting. And then Arsenal, a 1-0 win against Twente. They've secured their spot in knockout playoffs, so that's good for them. We like to see the English teams doing well. Love this.
Yeah.
That's enough for the Champions League. We'll go into some WSL action.
Right, we have got Villa 3, Liverpool 0. This game, you guys stormed it.
Yeah, you know what? We actually played really well. I don't think, like, I obviously I've been like hyping Liverpool up a little bit on the podcast because I feel like they've been close, like nearly getting results, like playing well, like only just losing. But I just don't think they turned up against us at all. I think obviously scoring that early on probably wasn't, away from home on a Thursday night. You don't want to concede after 27 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't think they were at the races at all, really. But yeah, I think also got to credit ourselves. We played really well.
100%. You played exceptionally well.
Finally scored. It's about bloody time. I mean, I played up front, so that was nice.
Player of the match as well.
Get on the score sheet is nice. I've not scored all season in the league, so to score was nice. Nice feeling. And then obviously to get 2.
Yeah, but you've been contributing in many other ways, and like you said, you were playing in the 9 as well, which makes it a little bit easier for you to score than when you're lower on the pitch. But yeah, I thought you guys looked really sharp, and again, it's a midweek fixture which sometimes teams aren't used to playing. So
no, I mean, I was saying that on the way to the game. I was like, I've never played at Villa Park on like a midweek game, and we're never, obviously not in the Champions League, never really get those sort of, I mean, you play cup games occasionally, but it's not always a 3-game week. So that was obviously, we had a difficult game against Spurs, obviously conceding late on, getting down to 10 men. So we knew that this game was massive because obviously then we had City, so we might as well just go straight into that game. Really disappointed. I think it didn't start like that. I think we started quite bright. Had a huge penalty, like, shout quite early on. It was, I mean, blatant penalty in my eyes, but we didn't get it. And, you think that's like, that can be a game-changing moment. And obviously, I think I just missed one, like, literally inches off, like, slid in, like 3 yards out, and it just got away from me. And, you think back and you're like, oh, would that have changed the game? And maybe it would, maybe it wouldn't. But you know what? City are absolutely ruthless. Bunny Shaw, another level. At one point I turned to her, I said, can you stop fucking scoring? Like, she is, she's a different level at the minute.
Yeah, she made history as well, didn't she?
100th goal, I think, in all competitions, which was her first goal of 4 against us. But yeah, massively disappointed. I don't want to, harp on it too much. City were incredible. I think ruthless. They took every chance that they got. I think they had 2 clear chances in the first half and scored 2. So, you can't, it's hard to come back against teams like that, but credit to them, they were firing on all sides.
I think that's something that they've been doing, isn't it? They're really ruthless in front of goal, and I think they're taking, like you said, the chances that they're creating, they're taking all of them.
Yeah,
whereas
exactly.
not, you know what I mean? They're fully in their momentum. But I also think it's hard, like going back to that point, it's hard for teams that don't normally play midweek and then to them face City after, beating Liverpool away is hard. Like, for teams that don't normally do it, people don't understand how big of a thing that is. Like, it's very, very hard. And it's not excuses, but it does play a part in it. Like, if you're used to doing it as a team and as individuals, it's okay. But when you're like, you guys stormed Liverpool, that takes a lot of energy. And then to pick yourselves back up, do all the travel, can you recover quick enough to then go and do it again against the team that's at the top of the league and, 6 points clear and absolutely in the best form that I've seen them in for a long time.
Yeah, they're flying at the minute.
It's hard. But yeah, I think lots of positives for yourselves. But yeah, City they're flying at the minute.
And then you quickly got back into it, Millie. 3-0 against Brighton. Always a difficult team for you guys, I think, Brighton. But
always.
That is a great result.
They're that team, again, we've spoke about it a lot, is you don't really know what you get in. You can speculate and have an idea, but I think they're always a team where you don't know if they're going to turn up or not and to what extent. And I think you've seen that with some of their results, but really hard game, like super, super hard. Had to stay so switched on because they've got so many outlets. That Haley, so good at holding the ball up, rolling, and they've got the speed of the other forwards. But yeah, I think again, we executed our game plan. Everyone stayed switched on, did their jobs. And I think you saw from the well, for anyone that watched the game, you've seen from it, it took, some brilliance of Sandy to get the first goal and to break them down. And then obviously as teams tire, gaps start appearing, we bring fresh players on, we get the other goals. But I think, again, another really good collective team performance, getting another clean sheet. I think that's, as a defender, I rate that, and that's something that I take a lot of pride in. So really, really nice. But yeah, very, very hard place to go, that always, and a very, very hard team to play against.
You can kind of see a little bit of like the old Chelsea back, because you've always touched on how you feel like you've not been as ruthless this season. So 6-0 in the midweek and then 3-0 yesterday. I feel like you're kind of getting back to Chelsea best again.
I'd agree. And just that grit, that like find a way to win, like whatever it looks like, find a way. And that's something that I think for many years we've done so well. And I do think we lost that a little bit. And I think reflecting, going back to the Everton game, I think that's what we lacked, is that just find a way to win. Whatever it looks like, couldn't care if it comes off your shin, your toe, not bothered. Chelsea find a way to win no matter what. So yeah, I think we're in really good place. And I think it puts us in a really good position, especially for our Wolfsburg game on Wednesday away in Germany. So massive, massive game. So yeah, we need to be on it for that one. But yeah, we're in a good spot.
Love that.
Moving on, we have Arsenal 3, Everton 1.
I actually watched quite a bit of this. Katie McCabe's goal was unbelievable. Loved that. But then so was Everton's.
Yeah, that was a finish.
Yeah, I think when Everton scored so quickly after Arsenal scored, I thought, they're not an easy team to play against either.
No.
Everton. So, but I think like Arsenal showed their quality in taking their chances. So a good win for them, really. But her goal I think Katie McCabe's goal was lovely.
Really good. Shout out to Alessia Russo. She scored on her 100th WSL appearance.
Yes, Alessia.
So congratulations, girlie. We're always rooting for you. But yeah,
always.
I think they're getting back to their spark again, Arsenal.
It's a good time to come into form, really, for teams at the minute. I think
really you're starting to see that come back. But Alessia is absolutely flying for them, by the way. She looks
lethal.
So sharp.
She's so sharp. We were saying this the other day, actually, when we were watching it. And then we've got Man United Spurs 3-3. Now, I watched this on the bus on the way home from the game, and Spurs went 3-0 up.
Yeah, we had it on the bus.
And I was like, but I played Spurs with before, and I thought, you know what? Like, Spurs are a good side. Like, they're not one to be messed with. And I know that if they won yesterday, they'd have jumped United.
Yeah.
And obviously, Martin Ho, their manager, going back to his old stomping grounds at Man United, I think that was probably an occasion for him that he was probably ready for. But yeah, they were comfortable. 3-0 up, I thought. Yeah, but again, you can't take your foot off the gas against top teams. Teams at the top of the table will always punish you if you're not.
Well, they're always going to create chances. That's how you have to see it. So you have to be able to defend. But I do think out of the two teams, I think Tottenham will be the one that are more annoyed that they didn't take the 3 points.
You've got to do whatever it takes to hold on to that lead. And I think, obviously, that's 3 as well. In like 15 minutes.
And I think the goals were preventable as well. Listen, if someone scores 3 screamers against you, like McCabe's goals, you're thinking, shit, can't really. Do you know what I mean? Like,
you just got to defend the box. Do you know what I mean?
But I do think the goals, when you watch them, and I'm like, if you just cleared it, or like out for a throw-in or game management in those situations, that you can't be 3-0 up and then end 3-3. Like, for me, it's wild.
It's a tough one to take, that one. I think that one will hurt them.
But brilliant game for the fans.
Very much so, yeah.
Before we go to the break, time for something a little different. In this special part of today's show, we are teaming up with Barclays to look at some iconic football moments.
Well, actually, we're going to listen to them because this segment, The Sounds of the Game, is about to get loud.
From grassroots cheers to stadium roars, the sounds of football tell their own story, and we're hitting play on the moments that made history.
Well, it's obviously me, Vesty.
Oh, Vesty, you're on screen. There she goes, look. Seen this movement too many times.
Listen to that crowd at Villa Park.
Ooh! Bosh.
It's a free header at the far post, and the one person you do not want to give a free header to is Rachel Daly.
That's back when I used to be good.
Shut up. You look so different. What a header, though. I think that's literally like trademark for you. What a lovely ball in, by the way.
Yeah, Corsie.
Scoring at Villa Park's what she does.
Love hearing the crowd at Villa Park. Yeah, I think in that moment I'd scored 6 in 7 games. It was my first season back, I think, in the WSL. So a moment for me to be proud of, playing up front, scoring goals. And yeah, I think take me back to that season, to be honest.
That's the season you were most nervous about returning to the WSL, and you absolutely stormed it. So don't be nervous.
A good time.
I remember this game. LJ just doesn't need anyone around her at all. She'll just go do it herself.
Look at high-fiving the fans. I love that.
I know.
I love her hair like that.
I know. She's proper Chelsea though, through and through. What a game this was, by the way.
Yeah, it looks like you got a massive crowd.
Yeah, games at the Bridge are special. Hat-trick in this game.
Did she? Absolute baller. We were talking the other day about who we think is like on their day, on their best day, the best player in the WSL, and I was like, hands down, LJ.
LJ, she'll always finish. Always. So good.
Left foot, right foot. She's just got it all, hasn't she?
Yeah, I think obviously when she's running through on goal, I think you can, the anticipation from the crowd, it all goes silent. And then I think as soon as the ball leaves the foot, you know what's coming. And then you hear the roars from everyone at Stamford Bridge. Best stadium, may I add, the best fans. But yeah, incredible atmosphere. Probably a chip. Of course it is.
And this is a Manchester derby from a couple of years ago, and the classic Caroline Weir chip.
God, I forget some of the players that played for the teams. Absolute filth. She's done that so many times,
honestly.
Great footwork, and then absolutely chip.
And it's such a difficult finish as well to pull that out.
She's so
that's
good.
That's iconic. That is actually iconic. I feel like that's like her
That's like her
thing.
trademark finish.
Yeah.
If you were saying who's going to chip,
stop it.
Filth. Absolute filth. I love lifting the trophy at Stamford Bridge.
I love that.
Yeah.
I actually remember watching this actually live, and I was like, there she is.
Favourite feeling. I love it. I love having all the fans there.
Quality.
And going unbeaten. That was... Look, Bestie, I'm absolutely getting tortured with champagne. I can't tell you how painful it is lifting a trophy though when you're getting champagne sprayed in your eyes. I love it though. Giving back to the fans. That was my favourite, 100%. Good memories, good memories. That's it for our special segment, The Sounds of the Game. For every one of those moments over the last 25 years, Barclays has been supporting football across the whole pyramid.
They've helped the Premier League grow into the Goliath it is today, made the biggest ever commercial investment in UK women's sport when they became the title sponsor of the Barclays Women's Super League, and invested millions into grassroots programmes to help the stars of the future get the opportunities they deserve today.
Search Barclays Football to find out more. Time for us to take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment. This episode is brought to you by Barclays.
That's right, because this year they're celebrating 25 years of supporting football. And let me tell you, they truly have made a difference. I mean, to start, you can't talk about Barclays without mentioning the Premier League, can you? Especially when they've helped make it the giant it is today.
Don't forget, they ended up being the biggest ever commercial investors in UK women's sport when they started sponsoring the Barclays Women's Super League. But it's not all about the big leagues, because there's no football without grassroots football.
So let's talk about how important the support of grassroots football is. How does it help young stars develop?
Oh, I think having the right facilities, I think having the right investment. I don't think you should have to wait to be a professional or at a certain age to experience proper facilities, safe environments.
Not only is it just football, it creates a community. It creates a safe space for kids to play football and want to start. You know, everyone starts at a certain level, and without grassroots football, there'd be no chance of even going pro. It's why Barclays has invested millions into grassroots programmes and community initiatives to give opportunities in football to those who need it most. Search Barclays Football to find out more.
Welcome back to Daly Brightness, everybody. I hope you are enjoying the episode so far. This is probably mine and Rachel's favourite part of every single episode. We wanted to give you a little update on Noah Playforth and his incredible achievements, and just what a wonderful little boy. So just a reminder of this lovely story. Obviously, Noah's been raising money. He's 7 years old. Just everybody take that into account. And he was on this morning talking about his fundraising for his local hospice, Bluebell Wood. And Rach, you actually got a message from his mom, didn't you?
Yeah, I think it's quite worth noting that he last week he'd raised over 35,000 and now he's over 40,000. So
Incredible.
honestly,
Just give
keep
him a round of
smashing it,
applause.
kid. Keep smashing it, kid. We're so proud of you. But yeah, I got a message off Noah's mum and she'd said, "Hi, I hope you see this. I'm Noah's mum and I've been sent your podcast. Wow, thank you so much for recognising him. I can't wait to show him in the morning. It really means the world to him to have the support of so many people." And I just thought, what a nice touch from his mum. And she was actually on this morning as well. And I thought, you must be so proud to have such a good little boy and like such a ambitious little boy and just wants to help and make change.
Heart of gold.
Love that. We do need to get on with sending him a little shirt from us. But yeah, keep going, Noah. You're doing amazing.
Keep it up, kiddo.
Everybody recognises you and your efforts because it's incredible. Now it's time for block and delete. So we've had some again from our guests, which is lovely. And the first one, right, I'm going to say I'm guilty of. So I don't want to block and delete it because I actually do this. And it's from Zoe and she said she wants to block and delete people cutting her up on a roundabout because they can't be asked to queue.
Guilty is charged.
Guilty is charged.
Sorry.
I'll be honest. Sometimes it's not even about not wanting to queue, and other times it's about I actually don't know what lane to go in. Around here, some of the roundabouts have like 5 lanes, and I'm like, which lane am I meant to be in for this road?
Yeah.
So, but more often than not, it is about if there's one lane that's just like really queuing. I think because I've got a quick car, I'm like, get on the outside and just burn them.
But also, if people are dawdling a little bit, like I'll be like, oh, I know I can get in there without affecting anyone. I'm just minding my business.
Yeah, I won't just like indicate for ages and like cut you up. I'm just like, I'll zoom past you and
I'm just in. You won't even see me blink and I'm gone. That is cool. But yeah, sorry, Zoe. That's us.
Yeah, my bad.
Anyway, next one from Sean. The stigma that still remains around mental health challenges. Green flag.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. I think the more we keep talking about it and the more people raise awareness to it, it will stop that stigma. I do think it's getting a lot better.
Yeah, I do think there's more people opening up. I think, do you know what it is? I think more people opening up with different backgrounds, different experiences, because I think a lot of people seem to think that only a certain like job or a certain environment like makes people struggle with mental health. Everyone and anyone struggles with mental health. Like you do. It's just part of it's part of being human. It's part of everyone's lives.
We train physically, but mentally it gets kind of pushed aside. You don't train your brain and you don't train your mental health, but you train your physical health a lot. And we talk so much on the importance of physical health. But yeah, I agree.
Block and delete. And start it from a young age. Let's start teaching children about mental health and that actually bringing our kids up in the right manner helps other people. Be a good person. Be like Noah. Right, what is your block and delete?
Right, this is a really weird one. But the other day, came home. I was out for the day, came home. Sarah's like, I put dinner on. Nice. Not knocking for putting dinner on. Thank you. But she'd cooked like a cod fillet, like not like a batter, like the fish and chip, like, like just the fish. And I walked in, I'm like, it stinks in here. Pure fish. But it smelled for like 3 days. Like every time I walked through the door, I was like, oh, fucking hell. But I got out of the car in the driveway and I could smell it already. So I'm blocking and deleting cooking fish and making it smell for ages because I hate it.
You know what she's going to do? She's not going to cook again.
Yeah, you can cook, but not fish.
What if she wants fish?
Go somewhere and get it. Ready-made.
Oh, bestie, you are funny. Oh, what's mine? I would like to block and delete all the Scrooges at Christmas. Do you know what it is? I've loved my neighbourhood because I've been driving around and there's lights everywhere. Everyone's decorating. And then I look at certain houses with no lights and I'm thinking, I bet you have kids in that house with no lights on.
You look just like your sister then. That was really weird.
Which one?
Victoria.
But just celebrate. Why are you celebrating Christmas? Why don't you like it? Why don't you love it? I love it from the 1st of December. I love it. Why aren't I don't
but
understand.
Maybe some people don't want to decorate their house. Maybe inside the house they have it all decorated.
Yeah, but you should be driving around. I remember being a little girl and going out with mum and dad and my sisters at Christmas, and we'd go around Matlock and Bakewell, and we'd park up and we'd get out, we'd get our little hot chocolates, and then we'd go and just look at the houses. That's what we used to do. We'd walk around.
You have so many memories from a young age. I have none.
Really?
Well, not none, but like I feel like every episode you talk about what you've done when you were a kid. I'm like, how the hell do you remember that?
I had a period though of my life where I can't remember anything, and I can remember being really young or like my older like teens. But other than that, there's bits in between that I can't remember.
Right then, so we're block and deleting Grinches. Fair enough.
Yeah, celebrate, be happy, help people.
What are you grateful for this week then?
This week, I am super, super, super grateful for my people. And I know I say it all the time, but it's important. They've really kept me, my people have really kept me on the straight and narrow. And yeah, I feel
straight and narrow.
And I feel like you know better than anyone, I had like a really, really rough period, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel, always light at the end of the tunnel. And maybe it's helping because it's Christmas and I know I'm going home. But yeah, I just think sometimes you need people to pull you out of that place so that you start appreciating what you have and stop looking at what you don't have. And it's so easy to constantly be like, oh, well, this is going wrong and that's going wrong and this and that and that. And people are like, are you healthy? Do you have family? Do you have amazing friends? Do you have an amazing career? Do you have an amazing job? Like, they have all these things. And I actually did the charity visit with Chelsea, and just seeing and chatting to people that are either homeless, recovering from mental health, recovering addicts, like just talking to people that are just smiling and happy with literally nothing.
Yeah,
I'm
I do like that. But that's why I feel like I like to practice gratitude, because I feel like it's so easy to get bogged down with stuff, but actually there's a lot to be grateful for. We've all got traumas, we've all got issues, we've all got things that, you know, we would love to change, but equally there's a lot to be grateful for. But do you know what I'm grateful for this week?
What?
Advent calendars.
I've not even had one this year.
What?
I've not had one.
But you don't like Grinches?
Bestie, I've got a bridesmaid dress to fit in, love. Do you want me looking like a whale?
No, but you know
not?
what I mean? Like, I don't have mine in the morning anymore, like when I was a kid.
Look at this one. Candy kittens
love
one.
That. Well, when you were little and you used to have them every morning, I think now I'm just like, I like to come home from training and have a little sweet treat. So I'm grateful for
a sweet treat. Have you seen that dude on TikTok?
No, I don't go on TikTok.
Bestie, he's Australian. He calls it a swartraw. He's like, do you want a sweet treat? I'm going to send it you.
Yeah. So that's what I'm grateful for.
Right, guys, thank you for listening to Daly Brightness. Get in touch on socials at Daly Brightness. Send us your questions for our Q&A on Thursday. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye from me, people.
Subscribe now.